Bars in California have to stop serving alcohol at 2 a.m. But a new measure announced this week would allow cities like San Francisco to decide if they want to extend last call to 4 a.m. And joining us today is State Senator Scott Wiener of San Francisco, who's behind the legislation. Thank you so much for being here today to talk about this.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. So I know one of the first things that I kind of just want to put out there, just so people know, this piece of legislation does not allow liquor stores to stay open past 2 a.m. to 4 a.m., correct?
That's correct. Liquor stores are not part of this. This is about nightlife.
And with nightlife, the focus here is for businesses and driving the economy. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, it's about the economy because our nighttime economy employs hundreds of thousands of Californians. It's a $6 billion industry just in San Francisco. So
wow.
These are small businesses, and it is about that. It's also just about nightlife being at the heart of our culture in terms of live music and dancing, and it's really important. But I think what's really critical to understand about this bill is it's a local control bill. This bill allows local communities to decide whether they want to go past 2 a.m. Right now, California has a one-size-fits-all 2 a.m. cutoff, whether you're San Francisco or a small town or near Oregon or near Mexico. And this will allow local communities to decide for themselves. No community will be forced to go past 2 a.m. This isn't an automatic thing. Each city will decide for itself whether it wants to do that. And so every city's different, so this makes sense.
And how easy would it be for each jurisdiction to make that decision? If there are some bar owners or club owners who say, you know what, I really don't want to do it, they don't have to, but others who might be for it can, and so maybe the city of San Francisco as a whole can say, okay, we're going to do this as a community. How easy is that?
Sure. So if a city decides, whether it's San Francisco or LA or whatever the case may be, if a city decides we want to do this, they then will decide, how do we want to do it? It's unlikely that a city would say everyone can stay open until 4 a.m.
Right.
They might create a special kind of permit and say maybe only in a certain part of the city or only a certain street, or we're only going to have a handful of venues that are going to be allowed to do this, and they'll make those rules with public participation. And then the city, once it crafts its plan, including a public safety plan, they'll have to submit that plan to the state ABC for approval. And then each liquor license, as is currently the case, will have to be reviewed both locally and by the state. So it's a pretty controlled process,
right.
and it's a pretty focused process.
And I'm glad you brought up public safety, because I think that's something that many people would argue, naysayers might say, well, there's a concern over safety. There's a concern for an increase in crime, or are more officers going to have to patrol these areas where these bars are open until 4 a.m.? What would you say to those people?
Well, as an initial matter, there's already nightlife that goes past 4 a.m. Some of it's legal, some of it's not legal. And when people want to celebrate, and that's a good thing when people celebrate, they're going to do it whether there are rules around it or not. So why not reflect the reality and have some rules in place?
Right.
But apart from that, in terms of public safety, this takes that into account. And there's an argument actually that when every single bar and club empties out at 2 a.m., it can create some problems. Everyone's getting out at once. Also at 2 a.m., people are gonna, at last call, come up and maybe chug a little bit and want to finish up their drink or have a final drink.
Yeah, that's a good point.
If you have a few more hours, people might be more likely to taper down and be less intoxicated when they leave the bar. Some have raised the issue of drunk driving, and I'm very sensitive to drunk driving. My aunt was killed by a drunk driver when I was a child.
Oh, wow. I'm sorry to hear that.
It was devastating to my family, and I would never do anything to increase drunk driving. But when people are going to act illegally and recklessly by drunk driving, whether it's 2 a.m. or 4 a.m., it really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And there's no evidence that states that allow for later sale of alcohol, there's no evidence that drunk driving goes up.
Oh, and it seems that you have with that being near and dear to your heart, you've got a clear focus on both sides of the spectrum. So it's great to see that. It'd be interesting to see where all this goes.
Yeah, we're going to work hard to educate people and get it passed.
All right. Thank you so much, Senator, for being here with us today and talking to us about this.
Thank you.